Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 128 of Sonic Boom TV. This is a thrift store slash antique store video. I said I wasn't going to be doing a lot of thrifting, and I haven't been, but last week I decided to give myself $20 to go and check out two stores. So that limited me to what I could get. First, I went to the Salvation Army. Went in there, and they had a bunch of records in there this time that were in real good shape, but they were stuff I didn't want. You know, it was, a lot of big band and stuff like that, Some stuff I already had. Nothing real great, but I did come across a few things that I picked up just because I was there. And let's see, one, two. Okay. Nothing super interesting, but I like the covers on these two, and that's why part of the reason why I got them. I got Ted Heath Swings In, and I don't know if that's like swing music or jazz music, or maybe a little bit of both. But there's a song called When a Budgie Meets a Widgie. I don't know what that's about, but that's pretty cool. So anyway, I just thought it would be, and it was in real great shape too. The record, the back cover's got some writing at the top. I think it's somebody's name, but it's pretty white, and the record itself is in real great shape too. So I figured I'd give it a try. It says Doug Clune on the back. And then the other one that I like the cover for, it's called Guard Session. Presented by your Army and National Air Guard. Now it's kind of messed up right here. It looks like it might have got wet at one point. But the inside looks good, and there's no mold or nothing on it. The back looks great, except for like I said, that corner. The record looks great. This is, I believe, something that was used as radio show programming, because it tells you, like, there's instructions on what to do. It's like 5 minutes, start the top of the show, cue after the short musical play of 5 minutes in. Please close off the show locally. 10 minutes, do something and all. But this one has a guest of Tom Jones. Now, we know him from what is it? What's New Pussycat, and what's that other one? Actually, What's New Pussycat is on here. I don't know what his other hit was that I can remember, but anyway, this might be good. Couldn't find this one on Discogs. I could find plenty of these Guard Session things, but not with Tom Jones. So I don't know if it just hasn't been added, or the name is weird, because sometimes they had them under Guard Session, sometimes they were like Army, Air, and National Guard. So it could be in there just under something weird. I tried everything I could think of, putting numbers in and all that other junk. But that was a decent find, I think. Like I said, nothing amazing coming out of this trip. Then I've noticed that they had a lot of what looked to be like DJ singles, hip hop, rap kind of stuff. I'm not into that really, but I always look them up because there might be something worth a few bucks. And these all had about an $8 to $15 mid-range price, but the high end wasn't much better either. And this one is it's called Keep the Promise by Jay, and this is the actual like cover with that sticker, and it's 6 versions of the same song, Keep the Promise. So I'll probably never listen to it. I might listen to the first version of it, and that'd be it. The records all look in good shape. That's another reason I got them. This one, it's called My Girlie by D.R. Flash. I don't know if it's supposed to be Doctor, but it's not together like Doctor would be. It's D and an R. And there's My Girlie on this side, or that side it says. This side, it also says My Girlie. So it's two different. Oh wait, there's 2 versions of it on this side, and 3 other versions on this side. So same thing. This one had the cool cover. Records America, Fly Records America, based out of Chicago, it looks like. This was DJ Peppy and Toilette, and I thought this was a funny one because it's the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. So I don't know if they've taken the theme song from Rocky and Bullwinkle or what, but there's take 1, take 2, Boris's Revenge, and then 3 is take 3, instrumental. So 3 versions of something that might be funny. So that was Salvation Army. That cost me $5. I had $15 left to go and look for something. So I wanted to go to the little antique store that I go to, and you know, they're kind of very hit or miss because they don't put their records in a good situation. There's stuff stacked on top of each other. There's just stuff thrown everywhere. There's other items for sale on top of it. And when I got there, right in the middle of the floor, there must have been 100 records sitting on top of each other, flat, and there was like a little stool underneath them that they were balanced on. And I was like, no, I'm not leaving those like that. So I took them all off of that stool and I kind of leaned them up against the bin that I was looking through where the rest of the records were. But it's really hard. It's kind of dangerous to go in there. You got to be real careful because you can trip over something and kill yourself pretty easy. But anyway, I looked through all the records. A lot of the new stuff that they had in there was in good shape, but it was things like Lionel Richie, and I already got the one that I want from Lionel Richie. A couple other like 80s kind of R&B stuff like the Commodores, and I have some of that stuff. I just don't know what I have, so I didn't want to mess with all that. And it's not my favorite stuff to listen to anyway, so I decided to pass on that. And there's a couple places in the store where you can find stuff, so I walked around and I went to the other side, and there was a lot of stuff that was just, it was good, but it was trashed. They had maybe 4 or 5 different Beatles albums. All the covers looked nice, but the records themselves were just so scratched up and just destroyed. And they had Let It Be had a really nice cover on it, and I don't have an original Let It Be. I do have the repressing, but I don't have an original. And I wasn't buying it because they wanted $20 for it, and $20 for a record that there was no way you were going to play this record. It was so scratched up. So I just left that one. They had the Beatles' New Times, I think it's called. Something new. That's like the first Beatles record I ever owned. And the cover was real nice. I almost bought it for $5. I could have probably got it cheaper, because a lot of times if you kind of delay yourself when they say a price, the lady will lower it. But the record was so scratched up, couldn't do it. They had another copy of Beatles: A Hard Day's Night. I have like 5 copies of this album, and they're all trashed and they're all beat up, and the cover was nice, and I wanted to buy it, but I was not paying $5 for just a good cover, no matter who it is. So anyway, passed on those. Then I pulled a couple other ones, and I was thinking about it. You know, most of them were $5, but there's something wrong with every one of them. And so what I ended up getting is 2 that, well, I got 3, because I'll tell you why in a minute. But the first 2 I got, Famous Monsters Speak. Frankenstein Monster Talks. Horror from the past heard through electronic miracle. Dracula's Return. Legend said to be a ghoulish reality. Strange coffin found in Scotland Yard investigating. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's an interview with these people, the actors, or if it's like clips from the movies. I don't know. I haven't tried to listen to it yet. There's no preview on Discogs, so I don't know. But I wanted it because I like the cover. The only problem is somebody wrote a blue or green X on there, which has faded, it looks like, over time. You can see it real good on the screen there, but you know, it's one of those things where I'll probably see this again and buy it, but I bought it for $5. I had to talk myself into it because the record is not in the best condition, and the cover's not in the best condition either. The edges are just like destroyed. But it's got cool pictures from the movies on the back. Classic profile of the monster, and some Draculas and stuff like that. So I'm interested in listening to this. I haven't cleaned them up yet to see how they work. I definitely think they're going to be scratch and pops. I mean, it might make it better for what this is, who knows? But so that one, I call it a win, $5. And then the next one, another one that I also bought for the cover, Monster Mash, featuring John Zachary. And this has, I don't know who John Zachary is, by the way. I think he might have been a horror host. This looks like the guy that sings Monster Mash. Pickett something? B. Pickett. Is it Bill? I don't remember. But there's like a little interview right here with Zachary, and I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. But I bought this for the cover, mostly, $5. This one, the cover is in great shape. The record, not so much. But I listened to this preview on Discogs, like all the, they have the little clippets where you can, or snippets, I should say, of songs. And it sounds to me like they knew they had gold when they put out the Monster Mash, because everybody still to this day loves that song. I mean, come on. But the rest of them, which I don't know if they were all sung by the same person, because it doesn't really give any credits on the back here. It says, it's got names underneath it, but I don't know if those are writers or people who sang on it. But the only one that says Pickett is the first one, which is Monster Mash. The rest of them all sound like they were trying to recreate that magic, and it didn't work. But we got Monster Mash, Hurry Berry Baby, Let's Twist Again, Mummy Time Is Here, Gravy with Some Cyanide, Popeye the Grave Digger, Weird Watusi, Pistol Stomp, Dinner with Drac, The Ha Ha Ha, and The Bat. So, I don't know. I'm gonna clean this up and see what's what. So at that point, I was ready to leave because there was nothing else. I had decided to put everything back that I thought might be interesting and wasn't too bad, because there was nothing I really wanted. Get to the counter, and the lady says, I told her those were $5 each because they wrote it on there, and she said, "Oh, if you have a card, we have to do $15." Oh, okay. So I went back around and I picked up Frampton Comes Alive. The cover's not in the best shape. The record has at least one scratch on it that may skip. I'm not sure. It looked pretty good. There's two records actually, but it does have a scratch that may skip. I may have to get the old toothpick out and try to, fix it. But there was another Peter Frampton album there that I would have bought. Maybe instead of this or along with it, if I would have put another $5 into it. But that one definitely had a big scratch on it. Like, it was only through like maybe the first song, but it looked deep. So I was like, nah, I'm not playing with that. And everything in the cover looked new. Like, how they scratched that record like that and kept the cover almost brand new, I don't know. But so I put that back. The only Peter Frampton song I know is Do You? Do you feel like we? Excuse me. Do you feel like we do? That song. And I was looking at this, and I don't know if it's gonna. Of course, this is one of those records that it's side 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. So one of those old ones. Okay. Do you feel like we do? It's 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, I hear the song on the radio quite often still to this day. I don't know if that's how long it is. Is it an edited version? It's definitely a live version that they play, which is probably the best one. But I don't remember it being that long. But anyway, if you can maybe see it, it's dirty. You can maybe see some of the little scratches on it. I don't know. Maybe not. But I think this one will play. And if not, it's not a big loss. I would have probably never bought this any more than $5. Because like I said, I don't know any other Peter Frampton songs. And so this is kind of, it's a live album, but it's probably like a greatest hits. So, yeah, but I couldn't tell you anything else. There's Baby I Love Your Way, but is that a Peter Frampton song? I think that's somebody else's song. Maybe it's not, I don't know. But anyway, so that was my trip to the thrift stores and the whatever you call it, the antique store. I did not go to Goodwill. I haven't gone to the red, white, and blue store, which is the bigger ones, where I usually find a lot of stuff. But kind of avoiding those for a while. Have no new records coming except for the Lillian Axe Psychoschizophrenia, which I got an email today saying that it got pushed back, but they didn't give me a new date. So it was supposed to be here on the 21st or by the 21st, but now who knows? So I guess I'll check again tomorrow and see if they got a new date on it. The last one got pushed back like a week for some reason. I don't know. It's not up here anymore. I don't know what to do. I'll put it on. It's on a record player. That's why. Anyway, besides that, the only thing I know that I'm going to be ordering is the Metallica, whatever it's 72 Seasons or whatever it's called. I don't think it's gonna be that great of an album, but I want it because I do like Metallica. Still, I don't play them a lot as far as the new stuff, but I do like them still. I don't think they're a terrible band like a lot of people. I just think they've changed considerably. But I'm gonna order that because I want to have all of them on vinyl anyway. So I've got all their regular albums plus the Garage Days revisited or re-revisited or however you say it. So I've got all that, and might as well get this one too. So I'll be ordering that, but that doesn't come out till I think March or April. So I'm gonna kind of wait to the last minute on that because even if I don't pre-order it, they're gonna have it everywhere. So anyway, that's that. I will talk to you guys later, and I'll get back to the heavy metal CDs next video, hopefully. That's it. Bye.